Okay, you have your very first monthly pack with us and you are ready to customize it for your business. One element that Canva offers that you're definitely going to want to take advantage of first before you begin updating all of these posts to your business is a brand kit. So, if you already have a Canva Pro account, you already have filled in your brand kit, then you can go ahead and skip forward by just looking at the time markers in the notes below to when we start customizing the pack to your business. But if you don't have that yet and you don't know what any of this means, keep watching, stay with me. I'm going to show you this very vital step that's going to serve you well for many months to come as you customize this pack to your business. So, whenever you go to the Canva homepage on your account, on the left-hand side, you'll see brand, and you'll notice that this crown here indicates that this is a feature only included in Canva Pro. So if you're on a free version, you will not have access to this, and that's okay. You can do it the other way, but having this brand kit filled in does help you work more efficiently, more effectively. So you'll click into there. In my account, we have multiple brand kits for our multiple clients, but you will not have anything in here. So you'll hit add new. You'll name your brand kit, which I recommend is, your company name. We're going to jump into mine and use mine as example. So there's all of these sections for you to fill out. You can certainly take your time and fill all of them out. I recommend in this section just making sure you fill out these top three. There are other places you can fill in photos too, graphics, icons. If you have them, hey, fill it out. But these are going to be your three most important, I'm assuming just because you already have photos uploaded into the media library, not necessarily within the brand kit. So your logos. Whenever you click into that section, you can hit add new and either drag and drop or upload your logo files. Whenever you have colors, if you can hit add new and then put in the hex code here. If you don't know the hex code of your colors, that's okay. I can show you an alternate way to pull out all of your brand colors from your branding, your logo. And then with your fonts, you're going to hit add new. And if you aren't sure what your font names are, just like you aren't sure what your color codes are, that's okay. You can either ask your designer if you had your logo designed professionally, and when they provided you your logo files, they should have also provided you the color codes and the font names. If they didn't, you can always go back now and ask them for that information. And if you don't have access to that information, you can just take your best guess here when it comes to the logos or the fonts. I'm sorry. We have to do this sometimes for some of our clients who come to us with logos but aren't sure what the font names are. We just will research some Canva fonts. That's going to be the easiest for you to use, a Canva font that most closely matches the font in your logo. So you can add new here by searching that font and then assigning it as your heading, subheading, body, so on and so forth. Having this here is just going to make customizing your templates with us so much faster and easier. Trust me. Here is that quick tip on how to pull your colors from your logo if you don't know the color codes. I'm going to use one of my favorite clients, the Office Tulsa. So if I just pull her logo over and say I don't know what the colors are, I can grab the elements, just give myself a box, and then when I go up here to change the color of the box, it gives me the option to pull colors from. Canva actually shows me I can pull colors from the logo. So that's the blue. That's the exact blue. And then if I want another box, I can pull the other colors within the logo. But if it doesn't do that for some reason, you can also always hit this add new color and it gives you the dropper tool. And then I can scroll over this logo and pull that color. And then it's going to populate the color. Well, here, it's also going to tell me that code. So I could copy this code, go over to my brand kit into colors, hit add new, and paste that code and hit save. And that is how you can pull out colors from your logo if you're not sure what those codes are, and then get them into your brand kit. And as I mentioned earlier, if you're just not sure what your font names are, just have your logo up, grab a text property here, and let's see, let me pull it down. While this text is selected, I have these text controls up here. And I can just kind of spend some time. This is going to take you a minute to figure it out, building your brand kit. But I can take some time going through Canva fonts, and I'm just going to keep looking at my logo right here as a reference. And I might write script or handwriting, or I might just try to put in some keywords to help me get there. But I can just take my time to look through this, you know, apply it, and just, I could even put this here if I'm trying to find the office one, and just kind of make my way through and see, can I find a Canva font that is closest to the font of my logo? And honestly, look, that's like decently close. I think that isn't the exact font, as you can tell if you really study it, but that's really close. So in terms of like wanting to update my social media post to my branding, which not only means my logo, my photos, but it also means my colors and my fonts. If my posts have this font on there, that looks very similar to my logo. So I think I would take this font and remember its name, and then come over to my brand kit and go into my fonts, add new, and search that font in Canva. I'm actually not sure how to, okay, I already have my fonts populated, so it looks different. Choose a font, and that was Cardo, and I can put that in there and then save it. That was really fast. I'm really impressed with that. And then next, if you wanted to find that script, I would like copy and paste this text box and write the, and then I would take my time to go through here and maybe write hand writing, kind of looks scripty, and just go through here and apply them and just see if I can land on one that looks kind of similar to what's in my logo. All right, I hope this was helpful. Now let's jump into customizing the actual template post. Every month when you get a new template pack from us, I will send you a screen recording going post by post. So you can look forward to that if you need that additional support every single month with new packs as we work our way through every post, what it means, what I suggest, and additional support from me. However, for the purpose of this training, for just teaching you how to customize, we're only going to do this just with 1 or 2 posts, just so you get the idea. But if after you watch this, you want to go look at the longer one that was delivered with your monthly pack for March, then you can go do that at this time. Okay, so to get the concept of how to customize these graphics for you, this is my steps. You can find your own. I do colors, fonts, image, text. Okay, so in order to update the color, I'm just going to kind of go top to bottom. So I'm going to select this box because this is a color box. And when I select it, as you can see, it gives me the color control right there. So I'm going to click inside of that box, and then I can pick what color I want to do. Now, once I have my brand kit filled out, I can toggle over to my brand kit. I'm going to pick this one to do. So it looks really different than what the templates look like. This is for one of my clients. So now that I've selected my brand kit, my brand colors are all right here when that color box is selected. If I hit inside this text box and I have my text controls, I can go up here, and when my brand kit is selected, it gives me my fonts right here, quick and easy as well. That is the beauty of having your brand kit done, is whenever you are bit bopping around, like I like to say, you can see your info really quickly and easily instead of like searching for them. Okay, so let's say I want to change this background color. And again, you are going to use these as a guide. My goal and hope isn't that you would change these drastically. I know, if anyone knows, I know how fun it can be to get in here and design and let your imagination run wild. But you are here because you want to take professionally designed graphics by me and update them quickly and easily for your business so that this is efficient and productive for you. So I am going to show you how to use our graphics as a guide so that you can do that without getting carried away. All right. Even though feel free to get carried away whenever you want to, it is good fun. So one thing is when I am this, so in this case, this isn't my brand color, right? This Ultimate Cabinets is my brand color. And so This is a lighter color. This is a little bit more of a medium color. So I'm going to use that for my own self when I try to pick what color is best to go here. So I'm not going to pick black. This gray is a little dark, so I actually am going to just try a lighter gray. Then I'm going to go, so done, check. I'm going to go to the next element with color. When I select this text, it's actually an effect tool where we have it giving this text a background, and that color is right here. So I'm going to go to that text box and I will update that with my green. Yeah, I like that darker one. Then I'm going to go here and do the same. And now I need to update the color of this text. So probably black, or maybe my dark. The black stood out more. So you see, you just kind of play. And then I'm going to update. So those are all the two colors I need to update on this graphic. Was that lighter background color and that bolder middle color and the color of that text. Now I need to, step 2, update the text, the font. So when I select this, I can come up here, and then when my brand kit is selected, I can select a font I want to use. That looks good. And then that one. And as you can see, whenever you change fonts, it can change the sizing even though it's the same exact size. Different fonts have different sizes. I know. It's a party. So now I want to make sure that this looks how the original template looked as far as design goes. So that looked like it shrunk. So I'm going to select these two boxes by clicking this one and then shift clicking this one. And I'm just going to play with upping the size one by one until it looks how I want it to look. Okay, that looks pretty good. The only thing is, I feel like I want this transition to be a little bit more seamless. Okay, so there. I think that looks pretty good. Now I'm gonna, one more text. I'm gonna update this to my font. And I might pick maybe more of my header font here. And I'm going to put Ultimate Cabinets. That's my company name here in this case. And then I'm going to update my picture. So you'll upload your pictures to Canva and you'll have a photo library to choose from. And Canva also provides photos, stock photos like this, which you are certainly welcome to use. However, we recommend that you use photos of your business if possible because it just brings that personal element that you want. So in this case, I do have some great photos of this client in their folder. September. And I'll just pick a picture that I feel like goes with this, and so I might need to kind of jump to the caption to get an idea of what the heck Tiffany's talking about up here. So the caption is telling me, just double tap if you needed to hear this today. Remember why you started. Optional, type a personal note from you on why you started, if you want to. So I know this picture might need to be like me as the owner, or my team, or my family, or whatever kind of my caption is going to relate to. So drag and drop that picture, and there it is. Okay. There, look, you just took the template graphic that I designed for you, and you customized it to your business fully. We have your font, your colors, your picture, and your company name. Okay, are you ready to customize another graphic to your business? So let's take this one, for example. So like I mentioned, my step number 1 is always colors, and I kind of work from the top down. Then it's fonts, and I work from the top down, and then images, and then info, as in kind of like content of the text. So if we start with colors, this is white, no big. This text color is the same as this. So you can see, keep this white, and then you can see, pick one of your dark brand colors for this one. So while this element is selected, my color control comes up here and I click that box. And if my branding is selected here, then I can pick my color and go up here now and change that to that. And then down here, brand color. Oops, that's the text box selected. Oh no, what? It's not. Sometimes this gets a little tricky with the layered elements. Okay, so colors, check. Now onto text. So I'm gonna select that text box and then come down and pick a color I want. Sometimes I think depending on your branding, I mean, this is obviously a really bold and unique kind of like main font. So I don't want to use that when I have a lot of text. I want to keep that for like when I have more simple header main text. So this is more of a body question. So I'm going to use my like body font and then body font here. And then I'll use my font, my fancy font here. And you can either type your company name or your logo. So, or your URL, I'm sorry. So let's use his URL. This client's URL. And I don't think you always need the www these days. People know. So I think just to keep it brief and easy for people to see and understand, I would just go with company name or your URL.com. Okay, so now let's do picture. You may notice that we oftentimes, we like to use imagery because it's more eye-catching, it tells a story versus if this were just a solid background. So we did choose to use an image here, but obviously you can tell it's not like a busy image with a lot of people. It's very kind of perfect as a background image. So when you go to select the image you're going to replace here, you're going to keep that in mind. Like I wouldn't really use a face here because this is our main point of interest. And adding a picture with like a bunch of faces here is, I think, gonna be distracting. So another thing that we do whenever we are using an image as a background is we will layer, we'll make the background color black, which when you get this pack, it already is in this case. And then when the picture, you can play with this transparency. And so this is our way to make that picture a little bit darker so that it does fade in the background a little bit more. See, look at the difference here. If this was at 100%, our main message, which is this, doesn't really stand out. But when it's brought down a little bit, enough to where you can still tell what it is, but it makes this just like stand out, right? So, oh, I forgot this element needs to be changed to the same color as this box. Um, so let's go pick an image and then just keeping that effect in mind. Okay, so I'm back into my folder that has all of my pictures of the work that I do because you want this background image to be related to your service and even better related to the question and answer you have here. So I'm going to pull, let's just test it. I'm going to grab this image and drag and drop it. And I might just play around with a couple different images to see what looks best. See how even just having her feels like a little bit distracting to the main message I'm trying to communicate. So I'm going to make sure I pick one that doesn't have any people in it. Okay, that looks good. And if you need help with getting brand images, that is something that we do. So we have a professional photographer and videographer, so we can visit your site and get you pictures of your business if you're looking to do that. We specialize in getting these lifestyle, real photos that people love to see on social media. So now we're down to our fourth step, which is updating the actual content, right? So I would click in here and it's, this is our prompt to you. Insert one question you are commonly asked about your services, and then insert your answer to the question. And if you want to get a sneak peek to get more of an idea in the caption below, it's going to say, elaborate here more on your answer if needed. And then you're going to ask your audience in the caption, what other questions do you have for this? So, if I'm going to, I'll just be me, even though I'm using this client's branding. What's a common question I get asked about my services? Let's talk about the DIY one. Are the monthly packs specific to my industry? So if I am a physical therapist, are the packs you're sending me built all about physical therapist? That's a common question I've gotten about this service. So I would update that here and I would ask that. And then I would say, no, they are broad and general for, this is hard to do, right? When someone's watching. And that's kind of all I would say in the graphic, because again, we don't want the graphics to be too busy or too long in text where people won't stop to read them. So now that I feel like I have my answers here, as far as the graphic goes, I'm going to bring this down and center it. As you can see here, I'm centering it so it doesn't look like that looks kind of not great. So if I bring this down, Canva already gives me that little dotted line to help me see that this is centered. And I'm going to kind of do the same here. I don't necessarily think it has to be centered this way, but it can be if you like that style. There's nothing wrong with that. But I just want to make sure it's definitely centered that way. And now I'm looking at it and I'm like, this box is bigger than that one. Maybe because I thought the answer would be longer. So you can always like adjust this down, you know what I mean? And play with it a little bit. You know, our goal isn't that, again, that you'd have to make a lot of changes because you aren't the professional designer. That's why you hired me. But this is, of course, just lit. This is why Canva is so great because it's so user friendly and intuitive. And you'll get the hang of it, trust me. So that is how I would make that graphic look fantastic. And then if I had more to say in my answer, again, that's why we prompted you here in the caption to elaborate more. So if I wanted to go into my answer more fully than this short one sentence, I can do that here in the caption, okay? I hope that this training helped give you a great insight into what it's like to customize graphics in Canva for your business when using our templates. If you're feeling like you want more support and you'd like to see me go post by post doing this with you, then you're totally in the right place because that is exactly what I've done for you inside the membership. So again, if you go back to where you received this Canva link to this pack, I take you step by step through every single post within March so that you can keep on learning, hear tips and tricks from me, and I would love if we could do that together. So maybe on your screen, you can have one window of me talking you through each post, and then have one window of your Canva up so that you can be customizing each post with me, and we'll go through them step by step together. Now that you know how to customize the graphics to your business, in the next training, we'll go over how to customize the captions